Hey, let me see. Hey, everybody. This is Let Me See a Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. I promised y'all part two to the Umar Johnson lecture from July the 10th. And I will do my part two reaction as well. Shout out to young y'all Freezy. Yeah, please go out and support his channel. He has other Umar Johnson videos over there as well. Please subscribe. How y'all doing today? I told y'all yesterday, I had a drink last night, got my green apple Smirnoff. Thank you for the super chats. Yeah, I got a cigarette today. Got it from my brother. I might need another cash app to help replenish his cigarettes. He's not so happy about me having this one. I got my green, you can't see it because of the green screen. I got my green apple Smirnoff already ready because I got a feeling if the way I was feeling about part two had me drinking, I might as well already need to have these for part. I mean, if part one had me drinking, then you already need to have this for part two. So, And don't worry, Roxanne, it's not lit yet. Okay. So how y'all doing? Y'all have y'all drinks? Hey, Nikki Parker Water. Hey, beautiful Bernice. I thought I should come on here before. There's a lot of other people coming on tonight. We got Leonard Honor coming on in about an hour, and then an hour after that is Positively Hate, and then I don't know who else, but I know a lot of people been on today. Shout out to ENJ. I was in their chat earlier. Shout out to Pocket Watching with JT. I shared his video on my community wall. I'm gonna go back and catch some more of the replay. But I know I promised y'all to do part two, and I did see your comments from part one, and you said I was talking over the video. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do more stop and share, stop and then reaction, and then let it go. Okay, I'm gonna do better this time. All right. Okay. Share. Okay. So those of you, hey, Mrs. BS NC09, for those of you who were in my chat the last time, Umar Johnson said a lot of things about special education that really got me upset. And then he started giving out his phone number, saying if you're a parent and you need to look over some paperwork, he would charge you $75. But if it had to deal with, was it autism? It would be free, I think. This man don't know he's looking at the paperwork. He said a lot of things in reference to Houston that were inaccurate and correct. That really chapped my heart. So this is Dr. Umar Johnson from 3 weeks ago, spoke in Houston, Texas, at the ShrineoftheBlackMadonna. And like my thumbnail said, it probably was a good idea I didn't go. Because that was the day Mama Oya had it, or Jesus had it running really fast, really hard, and I didn't leave my house for that. Not especially when it floods a lot here in Houston, almost every time it rains. So let's go ahead and get started.
I think I see a lot of young ladies that not yet graduate high school. Is that correct? I want to give y'all a couple points. I'm going to give you five. Number one, you go to school to focus on your books, not the boys. The boys will be there when you are done your education. Focus on your work. Stop focusing on love and romance. I've seen too many young ladies lose 4 scholarships. I've seen too many ladies have to drop out of school because they put sex in boys before education and future.
Sir, can you talk to the boys and to tell them to stop thinking about sex before everything else? That would be great too. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just take two people like a baby. Mm-hmm. Learn how to put on condoms. Pay for Plan B or something. Okay. Why are you just talking to the girls? Ain't no boys was at this event. Okay, let me keep going.
Stay focus. The boys will be there when you're done. Number two, for those of you in high school, and you tell your parents, I told you this. If you're thinking about going to college, and you know Dr. Umar already wants you to go to trade school first. But if you go to college first anyway, so be it. Do not choose a college until you have visited the college. Too many young people are choosing colleges without going. You know why that's bad? When you look in a brochure for college, what they show you is not what they have there. You have to physically go and see if the dormitories look like this. You have to physically go and see if the food is this good. You have to physically go and see, am I going to have my own apartment? Because colleges are misleading. So make sure you visit. Because guess what? If you show up at that school and that financial aid gets sent there, and they disperse those student loans, I don't care if you was going to be there 1 week. You leave that college, and your loan money already got transferred to the bursar's office, you cannot get it back. That's $30,000 you have just lost. Visit the college before you go. Next point. Every college does not offer every degree. You want to be an astronomer? Every school doesn't have an astronomy program. You want to be a lawyer? Every school doesn't have a law program. You want to be a nurse? Every school doesn't have a nursing program. This is why you have to go through the brochures and see if the colleges you're interested in have the programs that you want. Please don't choose a college without making sure they have the program you want. I've seen so many young people do this only to find out they don't even have what I want. And my question is, why didn't you know that? Next, you're going to have to make a decision, ladies. Or are you going to stay in Texas and go to school? Or are you going to go out of state? Everybody wants to go to school out of state. Everybody wants to go to school in Florida. Everybody wants to go to school in New York. Everybody wants to go to school in Los Angeles. But guess what? That tuition is going to cost you 3, 4.
Okay. In all honesty, his number 1 was messed up, but his number 2 and 3 and his 4 one is actually legit. Okay. But not just the girls need to do that, boys need to do that too. And here in Houston, Texas, and don't forget ISD, especially with the schools that have early colleges and seniors, they do have college trips. So if you're a parent and your kid goes to any of these colleges, especially their junior and senior year, and they offer a college trip as a field trip, please let your kid go. Okay? So
5 times as much. In-state tuition is a little cheaper. Out-of-state tuition, a whole lot higher. I got accepted for the Morehouse in Atlanta, Dr. King's alma mater. I wanted to go to Morehouse, but guess what? Morehouse was so expensive that I said to myself, I'm going to go right up here to Millersville University, little Ricky Dinky horse and carriage Amish country school. Okay? And I went to Millersville, but guess what? It saved me a lot of money. And I do not regret not going to Morehouse. In fact, I just got invited to do a Zoom conference with the boys at Morehouse. But please make good decisions. Don't follow nobody to college. I don't care if you got a twin sister. If your twin sister wants to go to Florida State, don't.
Who in Morehouse? Somebody need to talk to them. Who in Morehouse he said he's going to speak to? Who? Who in Morehouse, y'all? He said a Ricky Dink. He called his school a Ricky Dink Amish school. What the heck? But you want to top 8 degrees all the time? Ricky Dink Amish school is shame. That's shame.
Don't go to Florida State just because your sister's going. Because what if she drops out? You're stuck. What if she gets pregnant? You're stuck. What if she gets married? You're stuck. Make your decisions for yourself.
Get married or go to school, still stay in college. Not all of them, but some of them.
I did not like Millersville University. It was nothing but crackers up there. But guess what? I said when I get there, I'm not leaving until I'm done. I had friends transferring to Drexel. transferring to, I'm going analyst spelling. And every time you go to a new college, you know what they do your grades? They take stuff from you. Right. You should have been a junior. You were a sophomore all over again. Right. You should have been a sophomore.
Now that part could be correct. Gotta be careful with transferring.
Take as long as you want to make a decision. But once you choose where you want to go, you stay there until you done. Next, when you get to college, do well early. You know what we do? Like, we go to college and we party. And we join the frats, we join the sororities, we smoke the weed, we get drunk, and we get kicked out.
Wait. Okay, this last part kind of, number 5, kind of, like you said, do well early. Because some people, they end up with school with just being in the fraternity or sorority. But did makes me wonder, did he do this? Did he smoke all the weed 40 all the time? Didn't do well? Or was he not invited? Hey, HM, Afro Central Woman, Beautiful Bernice, Karma 52, Mr. BSNC, Nikki Parker Walden. Hey. Okay, I'm trying to do my best not to talk over him, but ooh, Lord, he gets something like that. Is that high enough? Yeah, okay. And this 2 through 4, 2 through 5, he's actually making sense. Number 1, it shouldn't have been just addressed to the girls. It should have just the young men and the girls. Hey, sometimes I get carried away.
See, high school can't kick you out. Colleges can. The first time you goes beneath 2.5, you want to get a letter in the mail. You want academic probation. Second time it goes beneath 2.5, you out of there. Then after you get kicked out of one college, what is the chances another college is going to let you in? Last point I want to make. When you apply to college or trade school, there's 5 things they're looking for. They want your SAT and ACTs. They want your transcript. Transcript got to come from your high school. Transcript can't come from you. If it comes from you, it's going in the trash. It must be official and it must be from the school secretary. Third thing you're going to need, a letter of recommendation.
Okay, I'm going to add something to this because obviously he hasn't been to school in quite a while, so the whole transcripts thing and applying to college is different now. In Texas, they have something what's called common application. You literally go online. Okay, am I not? Okay, I'll put on the captions because this is the loudest. I'm gonna make it a little bit louder. Oh yeah, it's all the way. Oh, I'm sorry, it might be me. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Hey, this is Let Me See Your Transcripts channel, and all are welcome here as long as they are respectful to me and respectful to the people in the chat. No, this is not Asinine Avenue or Underbelly Boulevard. This is critical thinking circle. Very perspective. Okay. So in Texas, and it may be for other states too, but right now there are still paper applications, but very, very few. So in Texas, there is a common application. You go online, you get a username and everything, and you apply to schools in Texas. There's a Texas common application. Then on there, you can actually have the people who write to your recommendations. You can upload the recommendations to the students if they're using the Common Core application. Okay, because I did that for students too. I write them a recommendation and I would submit it on to the Common Application portal. Okay, other times I would put it in an envelope and I would seal it and I write my name over the back. Okay. Also, there's a way for the counselors, the registrar, to also sorry, add the boy. Hey, Alabama. Hey. Uh, I love you too. I love you. Um, okay, I'm back. Sorry, boy. You hear something? Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Okay, so get back to this Common Core. The registrar of the school can upload the application to. Sorry, hold on. Okay. Can upload the transcript to the Common Core application. Okay. There are other colleges. There are other colleges also that may have an online application where you have to do the same thing. It could be in state or out of state. Some colleges have an extra that you need to turn in addition to the Common Core application. So if it's out of state, like you said, out of state costs more. Um, they may have their own requirements that I did this for certain students. I would have to get like their username, and then I would upload my recommendations. Recommendations are not always physical anymore. Sometimes they are digital, so be aware of that. Okay.
Recommendation. You're going to need two of these. Don't ask two teachers.
Um, Unfortunately, nowadays it's not two. You need three recommendations. I repeat, it's not two anymore, it's three. Okay?
Ask four teachers. Why is Dr. Umar telling me to get 4 letters of rec if I only need two? Because one of those teachers might be a hater. And one of them teachers might write a letter that you don't like. And if you don't have a backup, you're going to be stuck. So you never ask for what you need, you ask for more than what you need. Don't get 2 letters of recommendation, you get 4. And you make sure each of them gives you 20 copies of that same letter. You know why? Because you're going to apply to 20 different schools. No less than.
Like I said, applications are, a lot of them are digital now. They can be uploaded. So, and sometimes the colleges want it to be sealed or sent directly to them. So having 20 copies of a letter of recommendation is not necessarily wise. Do y'all hear me? Do y'all understand? Applications are digital. The people you ask can upload them. I do agree. If you need two, ask four. If you need three, ask four, or maybe ask five. But you need three now instead of two. Okay.
5, no more than 25. No less than 5 colleges, no more than 25. How are you going to break down your 25 colleges, ladies? 5 of them are local. Dr. Umar wants you to apply to 5 schools in the state of Texas. Why? I don't want you to go to school in Texas. I want you to go to school out of Texas, or at least 2 hours away from Houston. You might go to Austin, you might go to Dallas, but I don't want you here. Why don't I want you to go to school in your life? Too many distractions. Your girlfriends are here, your cousins are here, your boyfriends are here, the weed man is here. Everybody's here. I want you 2 hours away so you can focus. Okay? So 5 schools are going to be local. The only reason why you're applying to these 5 local schools is if you don't get accepted anywhere else, you can still start on time. Another 5 schools are going to be HBCUs. You must apply to HBCUs because without the HBCUs, Black America would not be where we are. The HBCU is the reason we even still have a black so-called middle class today. The doctors, the lawyers, the teachers, the psychologists, the HBCU is the reason Black America still has a professional class. So you want to move out of HBCUs. I don't care if it's Spelman, I don't care if it's Cheney, I don't care if it's the University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Correct. And even nowadays, I would even say in-state tuition is much cheaper. I would say apply to more than 5 local colleges. Houston has, I want to say more than 5. I would definitely go live on campus than at home. But if it's cheap, you can stay at home. Okay. Let me say this. One of the things I do regret that I didn't go to HBCU, so definitely apply. Houston has 2 in the area, Prairie View and Texas Southern University. Also have U of H. They also have, which has several campuses in the Houston area. Also, they have Rice University. Also, we have University of St. Thomas, which is a private Catholic school, private Catholic college university. And then Rice is actually a private university. I will also apply out of state, apply for all the scholarships available. There's even a scholarship that's actually a twerking scholarship. Guess what? You don't even have to twerk for it. You just got to apply it and write an essay. You get picked. There's a scholarship if you're Black. There's a scholarship if you're a woman. There's a scholarship if you're a Black woman. There's a scholarship if you're Hispanic. You're a Hispanic woman, Asian, Native American, in-state, Chamber of Commerce, the school got scholarships, NAACP got scholarships. Apply it all. Okay? All right. Also, this is what I also suggest. If your school has, the school has an early college, have them go be a part of the early college program. That way, when they graduate high school, they'll have an associate. They've had their first 2 years of college out of the way. When they go to the university, they'll be a junior. That means less money spent on college and less loans. If they're not a part of an early college program when they graduate high school, go to the local community college first. And here in Houston, in fact, you can do that. They have a partnership with schools in the area. If you go to HCC, then after 2 years, you can then transfer to U of H, Sam Houston State, Prairie View, TSU, and U of H. Yes.
I don't care if it's Delaware State University. I don't care if it's South Carolina State. I don't care if it's the HBCU over there in Austin, where I'll be speaking at on Sunday, the 25th of this month. For those of you in Austin, I'll be there the 25th, 4 o'clock at the HBCU. What's the name of it? Hilton? Hudson?
Houston Tillerson.
Tillerson, Stilton.
Houston Tillerson.
That one. I'll be there on the 25th at 4. 5 HBCUs, 5 local.
He did not go to Houston Tolson College University in Austin. He went to the Givens Rec Center. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The next 5 are boondock schools. You know what that means? Dr. Umar wants you to apply to 5 colleges that have nothing but white folks in it. Now, why do Dr. Umar want me at a pasty pilgrim ass time? You know why? Because if you apply to a school that's all white, it's going to increase your chances of getting in, and it's going to increase your chances of getting a full scholarship. And guess what? If you get a full scholarship to We Hate Black Girls University, you're going to go. You want to know why you want to go? Because after you graduate from We Hate Black Girls University, you will have a degree and you will owe 0 student loans. I don't care if it's horses. I don't care if you got to sleep in a room with a cow. I don't care what they got going on. I don't care if the Ku Klux Klan is burning crosses every night. If they giving you a full ride, you are there. Hey. Well, she got 8 colleges left. The last 8 colleges are what I call realistic opportunities. These are 8 schools that you got the SATs for, you got the ACTs for, you got the grades for, and you have a good chance of getting in. Those are your last thing. That's how you're going to decide where you're going to go to college. And you better visit some of them. You might can't visit them all, but you better visit some. If you tell your mom straight up, Mom, that college, that college costs $40,000 a year. If you send me there and we don't go visit and I don't like it, you're going to lose a lot of money. Wouldn't it be cheaper to spend $200 on a plane ticket than lose $30,000? That's how you got to do that. All my parents in here, stop being lazy. Get off your behind and take your children to go visit these colleges before you make their final decision. You must go. Also,
A lot of schools in the Houston area have an emphasis on college readiness. The schools have field trips to colleges. So just make sure, if you can't take your kid, make sure that they go on the field trip. Not all parents have cars or gasoline to go.
So I want your children on campus. I want you on campus. I don't want you living at home because I want you to be in the academic atmosphere. Children who live on campus tend to do better than those who do not.
Hmm.
And what else you going to need? ACT, SAT, transcript, 2 letters of recommendation, application fee. College costs money. So if you're applying to 20 colleges, the average application fee is $50.
Okay, sorry, I just realized I didn't unmute myself a minute ago. Okay. Like I said before, a lot of the colleges in the Houston area, so please check your state and your community, are very much centering on college readiness. So they have had a partnership, the high schools, even sometimes middle schools, with the colleges for visits. So if you can, sign the permission slip so your child can go. Because some parents don't have a car, don't have, gasoline, can't get off from work to take them. So please, okay. Also, he did something about you need your three. You need 3 letters of recommendation, not 2. You need the transcript, your ACT, SAT score. Also, there is a college fee for these applications. But guess what? Some schools will give you a code so that you don't have to pay for the college fee. Or if if it's a Title I school, whether your kid is attending a Title I school, or if you're getting free lunch, you don't have to pay for the college fee. Same thing with the SAT test and the ACT test. That fee can get waived. Have your child talk to the counselor. They know the code. They can give the kid. They don't have to pay for the college application in the SAT and the ACT application. Okay, you understand? Okay.
Do you know what that is? You need $1,000 just to apply, and you don't get the money back. So I'm gonna give you a little secret on how you can get this money. You go and get you a notebook, right? You fold the papers in half and you write the name of all 20 schools. And then you go around the community and you say, hey, Mama Doris, would you like to sponsor my application to Harvard or to Cheney or to Spelman or to the University of Texas? That sounds a whole lot better than I need $50. Right. So you go around and you get it done. So if you get accepted, they feel good and say, I sponsored an application to California State University.
Takes a village.
Like I just said, talk to the counselor. They have a code where you can get your college application fee waived and your SAT, ACT college fee waived. Remember, he's 40 what? 47. He went to college what? 30 years ago. Maybe he had to go around the neighborhood and do that. No, you don't have to do that now. Okay. All right.
Last thing I'm gonna be quiet.
ATA.
The most important thing in the application is a personal statement. Every college wants you to tell them why you want to come here. And I'm telling you now, if you screw up that letter, I don't care how good your grades were, I don't care how high your SAT scores were, you will not get it. The personal statement is the most influential item in the college or trade school application. And do you know why? It's because it is the single best estimate of how well you've been educated. Your writing skills. Your writing skills are the single best estimate of how well you've been educated. Let me explain this to you, ladies. She graduated from Texas, a high school in Texas. You graduated from a high school in Louisiana. You graduated from a high school in New Jersey. You graduated from a high school in Detroit. All y'all got straight A's and B's. I'm the admissions officer at Texas State University. How do I know which one of you have received the best education in your high school? Y'all all got A's and B's. You know how I find out? Your writing skills. If you spell a word wrong, application in the trash. You don't know how to use a comma, application in the trash. Run-on sentences, application in the trash. And when you write your letter, 3 things gotta be. Why do you want to go to that school? Don't say because I like the football team. Don't say because my auntie went there. Don't say because my mama went there. They don't want to hear that. They want to know why you go there. So you know what I said? I said, I want to come to Millersville University to study psychology because I have learned that your psychology department is ranked 16 out of the top 100 middle university psychology programs. You have 2 professors who have won national honors for their research in adolescent child development, and I would love to study at the feet of these devils. If you give me tell them why you chose that college. Tell them why you chose your major. And tell them how they know you're going to finish. You have to deal with how you're going to finish. Because Black students got a bad reputation. We show up, we join the frat, we get drunk, smoke some weed, have a baby, get kicked out. So you have to tell them, I'm the first in my college to go to college. First in my family to go to college. Education is important to me. My mother and father are counting on me. I want nothing more but to be an asset to my community. I want to come back and help it, and I want to do that as a lawyer. I want to do that as a nurse. I want to do that as a social worker. I want to do that as a teacher. They have to feel your passion. Don't say nothing. Okay? Make sure somebody proofreads your letter. Do not send it in unless somebody read it. Then make sure it looks good. Because the college application process is a process of keeping you out, not keeping you in. Last thing, get your applications in early. Yes. Early bird gets the scholarship. Parents, a lot of their children are not getting scholarships that were theirs because the applications are showing up on the last day. I used to work in an admissions office. Do you know when they decide to give out the scholarships? As soon as they start accepting applications. That means another.
He's actually correct about that. A lot of colleges have like it's either February or January is the regular date, but then some will do like early. So definitely get it in December or even November if they ask for it. Also, when did he ever go? When did he ever work in the admissions office? What's college? The project is so funny. But if you do, like someone else mentioned, sorry, there was legacy students. You do get extra points if your mom or dad or a relative went there. So you can mention that. Like, hey, part of the reason why I want to come here is because this you can say, hey, this is a great university. It has the program I want. I heard great things about it. I researched it. Plus, it is a strong attending this university is a strong tradition in my family. My mom, my dad, my aunt, and uncle, whatever, attended here too. You can mention that part. Yeah, and for the scholarships, the early bird does get the worm, but the scholarships that you should be applying for shouldn't just be the ones at the college. It should be any scholarship that's out there. Like I said, HEB here in the state has a scholarship. The Black Chamber of Commerce has a scholarship. Okay, sororities and fraternities have scholarships. Uh, Teachers Association, Psychologists Association, Journalism Association, they have scholarships. Oh, I'm eating late lunch, early dinner again. I'm eating fries. That's why I've been on mute, so I don't be munching in your ear. Because this is kind of like also like a mukbang. Okay, let me mute myself.
The child got their scholarship because they got their application in week 1 and you waited to the last week. Early bird gets the scholarship. No matter what you do in life, you make sure you give it your best. And whatever you choose to study, you make sure you chose it because you want to do it. Don't let your mother tell you what to do. Don't let your father tell you what to do. Don't let your friends or siblings tell you what to do. I wanted to be a psychologist since I was in the 3rd grade. I didn't know what kind of money they made. All I knew was I wanted to help people feel better about themselves. And I stuck with it. I got lucky because Black people crazy, so they need psychologists. So I got lucky. But here's the thing. I know a lot of people who make a lot of money who don't like their life because they don't like their career. I went to a medical college. Do you know what psychology students had to do? We had to do counseling with the medical students. Guess what? The number one reason I had to counsel medical students. They did not want to be doctors. Guess why they were there? Because mommy and daddy were doctors and expected them to keep up the family tradition. And now I'm counseling these white kids who are about to graduate, making $250,000 or more. One of them told me, God is my witness. You know what this one white kid told me? He said, I don't even like the sight of blood. He told me this, and he's about to graduate. And guess what we were doing? I had to give him enough courage to tell his mother and father that even though you paid for this, and even though I'm a graduate, I will not be a doctor. Do y'all hear me? You live your life. I wanted to be a psychologist. I wasn't going to let nobody tell me nothing different. Choose what you want because you're going to spend the rest of your life doing whatever you choose. So you make sure it's something you love. You want to choose a career that you would work at, whether you got paid for it or not. I'm going to help kids, whether I got paid for it or not. I'm going to be a therapist, whether I got paid for it or not. Do something you love. That way the money is only a cherry on the top, not a reason to. Because the two most important questions in life and the two predictors of happiness in life are real simple. Ask yourself this, everybody. Two most critical.
Boy, stop. Let me ask you this. Okay, so okay, TA, you said how come he's talking about colleges? Now in part 1, he was talking about ADHD that was getting me all mad and stuff. This is part 2 to his lecture. And he looked around the crowd and said, oh, I see a whole bunch of young ladies in here. Let me talk to y'all about, for a minute and he starts on this whole college thing. Which I'm just like, aren't there boys in there too? So you should be talking to both of them. Then he said like he said, since he was the 3rd grade, he wanted to be a psychologist, right? And he did everything he could. But guess what? His degree is in clinical psychology. So why don't you become a licensed clinical psychologist? You became a certified school psychologist, right? So, yeah. He took that story from Malcolm X. What? I was an engineer before I became a teacher. Yeah. Man, so they don't tip her with the schools. Okay, let's go back. All right.
Predictors of happiness in life. Do you love what you do for a living? That's the job. That's the career. I don't care how much money you make. Do you love it? Number two, do you love who you spend your life with? That's the person you go home to. If you love your job but don't love your mate, you work a lot of overtime.
Oh.
If you love your mate, don't love your job, you call off a lot and stay home. If you love your job and love your mate, you're pretty happy. If you hate your job and can't stand your mate, we need some therapy in here. We need some therapy. Oh, yes, we do. Brothers and sisters, we got to slow down and take our time. It's easy to get involved in a relationship. It's hard to get out of it. Stop giving away your energy to people who don't deserve it. Black woman, there's a lot of good men in Houston. I know most brothers in Texas are good brothers, but you got some brothers who ain't so good. And who are those brothers who ain't so good? That's the pimp, the player,
wow,
the impregnator, the couch potato,
The gamer.
and the pretender.
Oh,
You hear about him real quick?
look who the pretender is, y'all.
No, ladies, I want y'all to pay attention.
Let me write this down because I think we all of them.
Okay? Okay?
Who did he steal this info from?
Ladies, the pimp is the man who will use you for your financial assets. He wants your money.
Let's stop for a moment. Okay, so in part one, he talked about spontaneous ADHD, got me all mad while I was drinking green apple Smirnoff yesterday. So I prepared. I got my cigarette and my green phone now. Now he's talking about, oh, I still have a young age. Now he's talking about college. Now he coming here for to talk about the 6 different type of men. It said, "Mama, oh, there's a lot of good men here in Texas." I'm thinking that there are. Unfortunately, I've met some who are not. But him, he's the first person that he's talking about. What is he always doing? Can I get gifts? You're welcome, Ray of Sunshine. Use you for financial gain. That's you, dude. That's you. That's you, Tariq, and Young Pharaoh. That's okay.
Money, he wants your credit card. He wants you to pay his child support. He wants you to take care of him. He wants you to be his financial and economic benefactor. Now, please don't confuse this with a woman who holds her man down until he gets on his feet, because that's temporary and that's perfectly okay. I'm talking about a man who ain't trying to get on his feet because he always laying in your bed while you go to work. Ladies, be careful of the pimp. He will suck you dry. And once he took all your savings and all your assets and all your retirement, he'll drop you off upon another sucker and do it to him too. Beware of the pimps in the hood.
You are a pimp too.
Who's the player? The player is the opposite of the pimp. He don't want your money, he got his own. He don't want your car, he got his own. He don't want your credit or your house, he got his own. The player is only looking for one thing in Texas. He's looking for cookies. And he like all kinds of cookies.
Oh Lord,
he
here you go.
Chocolate cookies, Sister Mecca. He like sweet brown sugar cookies. He like hot caramel cookies. He like that hot pistachio cookie.
What the fuck is a pistachio?
He is nothing but the Houston Cookie Monster. You better stop laughing, little boy. See, ladies, I'm gonna tell you like this. Most men have a period in their life where they do a little bit of Cookie Monster. But then they find a woman of their dream, the one they want, and then they get rid of all the women on the side. That's most men. Some men are dysfunctional. They will be a Cookie Monster forever. Some of you got grandfathers. Still Cookie Monster. You only got one leg working, and he's still out there looking for the damn old lady. Beware of the Cookie Monster. And when y'all get to college, it's going to be a lot of Cookie Monsters. You keep your cookies to yourself and you focus on your books. Get out of here a virgin. I want you to graduate from college a virgin. Nobody ever touched you until you get married. That's how I want it.
I'm sorry. Thank you, dear DR. Um, he's giving me the creeps. Give me the creeps. Thanks, Helen Miller running. Give me the creeps. You can leave college with your virginity intact or without your virginity intact. It still have a degree. Can you hear me now? Him talking about all these types of cookies. Dude, this is you. You are 1 and 2. Come on, the pimp and the play. That's you, dude. Depending on what day it is. You want lower donors or you want somebody's cookies. Lord, let's keep going, y'all.
And then you got couch potatoes. These are men who were spoiled by their mother. They are no good to no women. Their mother cleaned their clothes. The mother washed their drawers. The mother cooked their food. The mother cleaned the bathroom. The mother ain't never make that lazy nigga do nothing for himself. And now he looking for a woman who's just like my mama.
Oh, kind of like a man who was raised by his grandmother and his mother, and now he wants to have 2 wives with superior cooking skills and do something with his feet. Kind of like that. Constipated. Ooh, he is projecting a lot. Okay, now I ain't gonna blame that all on her because that was the room he was in. The rest of her house probably was immaculate. That damn room of his was messed up. Let's not do it like that now. Let's not do it like that. We don't know. She raised them. She probably still dealing with them.
Some of you mothers out here are raising horrible sons who are going to destroy other women's lives. Black mother, your job is to teach your son responsibility. Too many women are looking for a man that they are not raising in their own home. You want a responsible man, but look at your son. You want a hard-working man, but look at your son. You want a man who respects Black women, but look at your son. Could it be that your karma is the reason you can't find it because you're not making it? And then who else we got? We got the predator. The predator is a very dangerous man. He's a better psychologist than Dr. Umar. And he don't even have the degree. He can walk into a room like this and sense all the thirsty queens. He can feel them. And then he's going to meet you in the lobby, and he's going to get your number, and it's going to start off real good. He's going to be taking you out and whining and dining you, and then all of a sudden, he's going to start trying to separate you from your support base. Why you got to go to church with your mother every Sunday? Why you got to hang out with your girlfriends every Friday? Why you got to volunteer at the club every Wednesday with the little kids? You have a man now, and you should be home with me. And then he starts verbally criticizing. I don't like you gaining too much weight, or you losing too much weight, or you don't cook good no more. He starts working on his self-esteem. And then he starts verbally threatening. And ladies, I'm going to say this because I know this as a therapist. If a man hits you once, he's going to hit you again. Because the impulse to beat a woman isn't something you think of in the moment. It is an unconditioned response, which means the bad behavior was probably.
Think you to my colors about. Because I just listening to this man. Hey, Spirit Mouse, Sword Veritas. Anyone else? And I'm sorry if hey, DR. Is he not describing himself? And by the way, this what he's saying kind of sounds familiar. I don't know if it's a previous video, like one of my friends sent me. Hey, Leonard and Mel Taylor. But it's just like, who did he steal this from? Exactly. Why only focus on time? Like you said one good thing, like, hey, do this when applying to school, but it was still labeled with bad things. Like, hey, do this so you don't. I, oh, okay. Let's keep going now.
Probably already exemplified by mother's boyfriend or dad's self. And once he hits you, that's the moment of reality. Too many women say, I'm not going to tell you to leave the relationship, but I am going to tell you to leave the home. Tell him, if you still want this, you're going to go to a therapist. He's going to tell you, I don't know it. And you're going to say, I'm going to call Dr. Umar and get one right now. Because your ass is crazy. And Dr. Umar told me on July 10th that this shit's going to happen. Ladies, it's okay to love him, but make him get the help he needs if you want to stay in your life. Condition for this relationship to continue is you're going to get therapy, and while you're getting that therapy, we cannot live under the same roof because my daughter cannot see me getting beat by a man. Because girls who see their mothers get beat are more likely to accept it. And boys who see their fathers beat women are more likely to do it. That predator is a dangerous man because he will wear you down. And the next thing you know, you think you need him to survive. Ladies, beware of the predator. Brothers, keep your hands off these women. And one day we're going to have us a ski mask club. So all the sister got to do is make one phone call. And the new Black Panther Party will be at that door, shotgun ready. I heard you put your hands on one of my sisters. Get your ass out of here and take this slipper. We got to get there, family. We're the only community who does not reward good behavior or punish bad behavior.
Excuse me? Exactly. I'm just, oh, y'all. Hey, exactly. What have his own to? Because according to him, ADHD means ain't no daddy at home, and he ain't no being no daddy at home in his girl's life. Hallie B, you sent me something else because I emailed you back earlier. Yeah, he's a predator himself. If you like what you hear, please hit a sister's cash app. I might have to replenish my brother's cigarettes. Yeah, it's not teachable. Okay, let's go back.
In the Italian community, the mafia rewards and punishes. Every community
Everybody
has a system of reward and punishment except Black people, and there's no way we're going to get to where we need to be if we don't start rewarding and punishing. So that's the pimp, that's the player, that's the predator, that's the couch potato, and then you have the pretender. This is the man who goes around making women think he got everything going for himself, but he really has nothing at all.
You mean a pretender that has 6 degrees, but his certifications are not up to date? Just saying, one who, used to dress in suits, now he dressed like he here for Hot Boy Summer. Like, what is the pretender, Wow, really, sir? The pretender. Yeah, you're a pretender, all right.
Last week, he was A&R for Puff Daddy. This week, he's Beyonce's road manager. Next week, he owns 10 McDonald's. It's a low self-esteem brother who attracts women by making them think he has more to offer than what he does. But I blame the women for that. Because if he wasn't after materialism and money, he could have never got you in the first place. And if I'm going to talk about the 5 types of dysfunctional women, I need to talk about the 5 types of dysfunctional men. I got to talk about the 5 types of dysfunctional women. Y'all ready for this? Now, before
Hold the hell up, y'all. Hold on. Let me put my cigarette there. So the pretender is pretending because of the women's fault. The pretender is pretending because he can't keep up with the other men who don't have to pretend. What in the hell? And the title of this topic is probably the state of the race. What bandit scream? And then you see how fast the men was like, well, if I gotta talk about the men, ladies, I gotta talk about the women. And he's like, yeah, preach. The sisters was like, so y'all waiting on her damn night.
I say anything, brothers, I want you to look around the room and look at the women who can't sit still. Look at the ones who shivering. Look, she's shaking, look. She's shaking. Look, why y'all can't sit still? The 5 types of dysfunctional women are the hopeless romantic, homicidal honey, hot in the pants, home wrecker, and the healer. Get us some therapy! We need it! Is there a pastor in here? At least she was honest! The healer is the great fixer-upper. The woman who thinks she can solve a man's problems.
Why they all stop for letter H?
Before you met him, but you think you somehow rub your crystal ball and eliminate his alcoholism. You're going to rub the crystal ball and eliminate his crack addiction. You're going to rub the crystal ball and think you're going to take a 30-year unemployed man and turn him into the next U.S. congressman from Texas. You have lost your damn mind. Nobody changes unless they want to change. And too many women are out here fixing up men using time and money you should have better spent fixing up yourself. And what happens is, once you help him reinvent his life, he finds another woman who's more on his level because you were working on him while you were not working on yourself. When you date somebody, you must ask yourself one simple question. Can I live with this person as they are, with all of their deficits, until the day I die, if they never change? And the problem with us, we will go get married because I like 60% of her, and I think marriage will fix the other 40. Well, I got news for you. Marriage don't make problems smaller, they make them bigger. Because now y'all under the same roof. So you better maximize that problem and multiply it by 10. Because if it's a problem during engagement, it's damn sure will be a problem during marriage. Oh, and I got another thing, ladies. Marriage is not a panacea for promiscuity. Some women think if I wife her, some men think if I wife her. Nah, brother, if she like throwing cookies out, ain't nothing you gonna do to stop that. Which takes us to this hot in the peas. Those cookies are still in the oven. She giving them out before they done. Butter almond, sweet brown sugar. Right, I just put them in. I can give a damn. Who want this cookie? So that's your healer. That's your hot in the pants. Let's talk about the home wrecker. Look how quiet it is. This is a therapeutic session, so in order for this to be therapeutic, we need everybody to be honest. So all the sisters in here, if you have wrecked a home, raise your hand. One hand went up. One hand. Who has been used? Let me tell you how the home wreckers work. You see, black men, we be so thirsty for the curves.
Listen.
That our intelligence gets turned off. Listen, black men, there's too much competition between black women for you to think one of them is going to be a secret, so the other one can be happy.
Wow. Wow.
Let me say it one more time, because I want every black man to hear it again. There's no black woman who's going to be a secret, so another black woman can be happy. It's not going to happen. But this is how they get us, because she come up to you and say, hey, I'm feeling you, bro. I say, I'm married. She say, that's what I respect about you. She needs therapy! You say, I got a wife and I got kids. I don't need no trouble. I would never do something like that. I respect what you have. I recently got a divorce. I just need a little bit of time. I'll take what I can get. I'm here to be a support, not a distraction. So you go over there and y'all bake a cookie. Y'all have some cookies and milk. Cookies and milk. First time, it was cool. First 6 months, she stayed in her place. But then her emotions came in. And now she's saying, I just want to see you on Sunday afternoon. I do 2 weeknights. You say, I can't be going on there weeknights. I got a wife! Dr. Umar told me this on July 10th! Stop it, little boy! So you know what you do? You cut her off. Don't call me no more. You change your phone number, your email, your TikTok, your clubhouse. That's the worst thing you could have done. Because now you cut off all communication. Guess what you gonna go to? The wife. She gonna tell her what y'all did, how y'all did it, where y'all did it. She gonna make your wife so angry. By the time you come home, your clothes already outside. Your son looking at you like you are no player at all. And brothers, it's nobody's fault but ours. Because sooner or later, that woman's emotions are going to get the best of it, which means they're going to get the best of your marriage. If you are a polygamous brother, be honest and let women make a decision. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Some brothers.
Yeah, that's one thing he actually said in his code, except when he's talking about women now. If you believe in polygamy, you want a polygamy, let the woman know and decide. But they know that some women are not going to go for that, so they lie to women. So, just saying. But there's some, I mean, like, hey, you need to let a sister know. Hey, are you interested in having a sister wife? Or something like that. Yeah, if he rebranded this, it would be.
Be more than one queen. If that's you, you have a right. But the queens have a right to opt in or opt out. But don't be telling her, you all I need. And you got 60 crazy ass bald-headed women in the Houston projects who can't wait to cut it off. So that's your homework. And they come in all ages too. And see, the homewrecker is mad at other women because so many of them have been stolen that she don't care who she hurt. As far as she's concerned, I don't care because they took my man, I'm gonna take their man, so she's trying to get back. And she might have 4 men and they're all married. She makes the living destroying relationships and it makes her feel.
Do you think that lady going to the restroom or to her car? She can't stand no more. Yeah, I think she. Thanks, Mookie, for busting my cash app. Y'all be like Mookie. Y'all need to check out his video from yesterday. Okay, we're almost done. We got 12 more minutes. Then we're going to head over to Lennon.
Feel better. That's how low her self-esteem. And then we got the homicidal honey. Don't ever become a homicidal honey. These are violent women. They do not talk, they fight. Brothers know what I'm talking about. They will beat you up. Brother, you ever was at a family reunion and you said something your queen didn't like and she just smacked the piss out you right in front of your mother? You're like, hey, what you doing with mother right here? Should I smack her too? The homicidal honey is a domestic abuse victim who got so tired of getting beat that she's so hyper vigilant for violence that soon the brother raised his voice. He's not even a violent brother. He just got a little angry. She's so hyper vigilant and hostile that she automatically perceives any reaction as a threat. And all she does is fight. She burns, she cuts, she busts windows out. She beat up baby moms. She beat up all your baby moms.
We just call her crazy. We just call her crazy bitch or toxic. Toxic feminist. Not feminist, toxic female. But some of you men, y'all like crazy. And y'all pass up all those good women. You go for our crazy friend. And he's looking at you like, you must like crazy. Some of y'all like crazy.
She's good to keep them going, though. They do not mess with you while she's around. But that's the homicidal honey. And you always know who they are. You know why? Because the crazy sisters, they never blink. Whenever, just look at her. You ever see a woman, you turn the fan on, she still don't blink. And then the last woman of the night is the hopeless romantic. Oh, she's so sweet. She's such a nice sister. The problem is she falls in love with every man she needs. She was in love last Monday. She was in love past Friday. She'll be in love tonight. So, brother, you take her out. You take her. It's a nice black home soul food joint in Houston. Sugars was there. No shootouts, right? Okay.
I'm from Houston. I know soul food places. I heard of Lucille's downtown. What the hell is Sugars? They gonna have me look googling stuff. And I was just about to say, before they said soul food, I was gonna say Papa Do's really nice, you know. But they got this bed, they got some upstairs, circular head. But okay, oh okay, I'm never mind. Let me just.
You took her to Sugars. They had a nice meal. You took her home. Nothing happened. Nice. You on your way. You get a text message. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm a spiritual sister, and I could feel something tonight. I can't put my finger on it right now, but my ancestors speak to me all the time, and they told me that you're going to marry a man by the name of Marcus. He said, but I'm not Marcus, I'm Mark. Close enough. And my ancestors said that I am supposed to make you mine, no matter what. You see, brothers, when a woman starts telling her she's digging us too early, it goes to her head. You be egotistical with it instead of psychological. Like, wait a minute, this might be a little psychological assessment. You're like, nah, I got it. I'm psychologist. I'm Mr. Healer. And then the worst thing you can do is take a cookie from a crazy queen. Because you cannot give those cookies back! Stop it! Little, I'm gonna get you! So one day you at the supermarket and your phone rings and you in the ice cream aisle and nobody else is in the supermarket, and she says, I want strawberry shortcake. And you like, how do you know I'm in an ice cream line? Stop calling me. And then you drive home. And then you're like, I can't find my kids. Boy! And you get another text. Come on in, baby. I'm already here. Brothers, it is not natural for a woman to fall in love on the first date. You get you a woman talking about being crazy over you after 7 days, she's not balanced. Do not take those cookies.
Why is he yelling? And I'm trying to say, you should have told them brothers, stop telling girls I love you within them 7 days. Oh, motherfucker. Remember, part 1 was about special ed. He's trying to pimp that book. Part 2, he started talking about college education. Now he's talking about relationships. The title of the lecture supposed to be State of the Race. Lord, we don't.
As I close, my next book that I'm working on is the For Sisters Only Relationships and Dating. When it's done, I'm going to come back and do my For Sisters Only seminar. Because there's a lot that women don't know that's going to deal with us. And then I'm going to do For Brothers Only Relationships and Dating. Because you can't be in love with marijuana and your queen at the same time. You can't be in love.
What about for 2 for 99? It's the game.
At the same time. So I got to talk to the brothers about some things as well. And you got to get over that hurt your mother caused you as a little boy. Because if you don't, you're going to objectify your woman as your mother, and all of that anger that your mother should have got, your woman is getting it, and then your daughter is going to get it too. Brothers.
Sir, are you talking about yourself now? Are you talking about yourself now? The man who was raised with grandma and mother and wants 2 wives and has 2 daughters. Is that who you're talking about? Really?
Have to get therapy. When we need therapy, you can't just keep on pushing that pain down because the will comes out. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. So brothers need healing, sisters need healing, and we got to stay out of these codependent relationships. You know what that is? That means when your woman has a dysfunction that she needs you to co-sign, and you have a dysfunction that you need her to co-sign. So you in love with marijuana, she in love with alcohol, and you tell her, it's okay, baby, you ain't that drunk. And she tell you, it's okay, baby, you ain't that high. No, this is real. That's why drug addicts always date each other. It's codependent. Because I know she's not going to hold me accountable because she can't hold herself accountable. And these are some of the most toxic and disruptive relationships. But I want to close with this. If I was in charge of marriage in Houston, all the brothers who want to have more than one woman, I would have them registered. And all the women who would be open to it, I would have them registered. And the men can only have 4 maximum. Maximum. If you can even remember, this is only for women who ain't.
Oh, I heard this part before. He said this before. I remember this part.
And then I'm going to put the sisters in 4 groups. A, B, C, and D. Now, ladies, I want you to listen so you can know what group you're going. Group A is all the fine sisters. They got their own business, good job. They might have degrees. They might have 1 or 2 children. They look good. They doing good. They the women in Texas that all the brothers want. That's the A's. Everybody's not on the A's. Because polygamy is supposed to benefit all women, not just the A-listers. Brothers, you can only have 1 A-lister. That's it. You want more than 1 wife? No problem, but you only get 1 from the A-list. You're not going to have Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion. It's just not going to work. Because Megan is fine! So Stay focused.
Oh, hell no. You better stay the fuck away from Megan Thee Stallion. So he did say, she's mine. This one, please. God damn.
Anybody else know? You think I can make them conscious? I can't go away. Shake when you up the weed. Let's stay focused. Now, the B-list are sisters who are just below A. They might have got divorced, but they still doing good. Might got 3-4 children, still doing good. They right there. Brothers, you can only have one of them. They need to get to the C-list. Now, C stands for be a little bit more careful with your children. Now, C-list are women with a little bit more baggage. Okay? Might have been married 4 or 5 times. Might have 13, 14 years. Might still be working on the GED. Be quiet. She is cracking up. Maybe I have worked for the past 30 years. Okay? A little more baggage. Brothers, you must marry 1 C. You can have 2 C's if you want. In fact, you can have 4 C's. Close your ears, little girl. Number 4 is the D-list. D stands for dangerous. These women,
Hey, Umber King.
have a history of incarceration. A couple murders in there. Might have sliced up a boyfriend too. Probably took Ritalin in school. Prozac, Medicaid, Risperdal, couple bouts of alcoholism, couple drunk driving charges. Beat their kids up a few times, got arrested. She dangerous. You gotta have one of them too. And the good thing about the D-listers, they gonna keep A, B, and C in order. Because they don't do it. They don't take no bites. The point I'm trying to make is if Black women were to come together as women without the men around, it dealt with the shortage of Black men. I think sisters could come up with a system that might tolerate some degree of polygamy, but require so much responsibility that brothers would look the other way. As I close, I want to leave with a quote from Frederick Douglass, my ancestor. And Frederick said, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and deprecate agitation are like men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want rain without thunder or lightning. They want the ocean without the roar of the water. Frederick said, a man may not get all he pays for, but he was paid for all that he gets. And this must be paid for with blood or with blows or with both, but he who wants to be free must strike the first blow. He said, for 20 years, I prayed on my knees to God for freedom, but the good Lord gave me no freedom. Until I got up off my knees and started praying with my feet. He said, if you want respect from white people, why do you look for pity? The man who pities you will never respect you, and the man who respects you has no need for it. Power concedes nothing without a man.
That's right.
It never did, and it never will. There was a Black man born in slavery by the name of Booker T. Washington.
All right. Hey, y'all. That was the last of it. I guess it must have cut off because he was about to do a quote from Booker T. Washington. second part wasn't as bad as the first part, but it's still you said a lot of outdated stuff, and the whole relationship stuff is stuff that he said before. Hey Max, glad to see you. Hey Uncle King. How you doing? Yeah, like someone said, this probably should have been like a comedy show, and it. I guess the second half was a comedy show, but you notice like he started saying with the relationship stuff, and he was like, "Hey, the next book I'm gonna write is about relationships." Oh wow! So you have a reason to come back? You're plugging another book, and who did he plagiarize all this from? Like, oh, you said T minus 7 days. Okay. Oh goodness, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here for an hour and over 20 something minutes. Listen to, and I hope I did less better at not talking so much over him and stopping and starting. Yes, sir. It's my birthday and the anniversary of my show. Okay, cool. August 8th. Leo season. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, Max. You and the other Leos need to get together and go talk to Umar Johnson because he's making y'all look bad right now. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You said he said he 2004 Jay is gonna rub to it. Oh Lord, thank you so much to those of you who sent me a cash app. I appreciate it. Contributing to my Green Apple Smirnoff Fund. I'm about to head over to Lennon's chat right now, and then I'll probably late to Positively Hates channel. So, oh, I like this conversations with Mac. I like that. August 8th, he said. Put it on your calendar. You know what time, Max? Is it 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern? What time is it? Hey, Miss Furlow Speaks. Oh, you changed the entire show. Okay, cool. Looking forward to it. Because according to some people, I know you're on vacation. You were laying down. But other people are like, oh, you running. I'm like, you ain't running from nowhere. They try to have your funeral note. Be like Lazarus. Gonna rise again. Okay, you will let me know? Okay, then I'll share it out on my channel so y'all can come over and support you on August 8th with Conversations with Max. Sounds great. All right, y'all. Please hit the like button if you haven't already on your way out. And please leave me a comment on what you thought about this reaction commentary slash mukbang because I was eating my dinner. That's good. You got some fun. Yes, good. Some relaxation. That's good. All right. See y'all over at Lennon. Please like, share, subscribe. Talk to y'all later. Bye.